Hello everyone, videos 832 back with another how to play. Today we're looking at how to play Campy Creatures Volume 3, or sorry, Volume 1. This is the third edition, that's why I said Volume 3. It's the third edition, but it is Volume 1, as it's called. From Keymaster Games, 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, takes about 30 minutes. It says it's horror, and it's made for replay. And it just came out, it's got a pre-order. And the box slides out, and it's designed to look like a VHS tape. If you never dealt with VHS tapes before, consider yourself lucky. They were kind of annoying, but that's topic for another day. This game is all about movie monsters, if you will, creatures. Each player is going to get a deck of creatures. Looks like this. That has, 7 cards. Each one has a different effect and its strength. We'll put these ones aside. We're not going to be using it, but get the mummy, which will give you 2 energy and let you go up on the classometer. This is the classometer here. Everyone who's playing is going to have these class meter tokens, and you're going to randomly put them out here. Oh, look, I put myself on top. No, wait, I'm on the bottom. The ones not being used can be put out again. These are nice wooden little tokens. And what this means is if you are not already on the top, you would get to move your token to the top. And these are used for tie breaking. So if this is me, and I play the mummy, I would move to the top. That's what the mummy does. And also gives me 2 of these energy, which each player is going to start off with 1. But if I play the mummy, I would collect 2 more. You're going to use the energy for certain actions, which we'll get to. The werewolf gets you 1 energy, or lets you take the mortal that you captured and give it to another player, which you might want to do if it's negative points. 2, a swamp creature. Your next creature gets a +2. So the next creature, if I played, let's say I played this one next, I would add this 2, changing its value to 3. These tokens also have a +4 on the other side, which can be used for a different action. So that's the swamp creature, the man-eating plant, okay, little sloppifores. You captured 2 mortals instead of 1. If there happens to be 2 left over, there might not be. The invisible man lets you draw a mortal card and capture it face down instead. So instead of taking one of the face up ones, I could simply take the top one face down without looking at it and keep it face down. The vampire lets you cancel the ability of the creature to your left. And this, the monster, has an X. This lets you spend energy, 1 energy for a +2, or 2 energy for a +4, to assign a value to it, because it has no value. So that's how that one works. I'll put these all aside for now. I won't be using those. So the setup is you set up the classometer in the middle of the table. You give each player a deck and 1 energy and their token, which you then put out here in a random order. You set these up here in a supply on the right side, as well as the energy. I'll just put some energy out here. And you can shuffle up the scene deck. The scene deck features different locations like the Space Base, Secret Lab, the Dark Castle. And they can give you different points. This is 1 point per seed, so each one of these you have is a point. This one's 2 points for every 2 energy. This one, it says, increases your classometer standing and counts as this mortal. Now, if it has a lightning symbol on it like this, you will do that effect immediately. I think just a couple that have that free, I think. The rest have this moon symbol, which means it's an end of games scoring thing. Like this one says 3 points per set of these 3 symbols from the mortal deck. You also have a scoring track, which has two sides to it, an A side and a B side. They do recommend A side for your first game. And then you have the Mortals deck, which has different types of characters. So there's the assistant, the engineer, teenagers, and they're called classics, like the archaeologist and the rebel, just classic characters. And then there's these blue ones, which have like the deep sea diver and the angry mob. Just different types of like characters from monster movies. You put the mortal deck to the side here on the right side. You're going to reveal four scenes up top here, which you cannot see, unfortunately. Let me just adjust this a little bit, as you can see. There we go. And then you're going to reveal, I actually did not plan this well, one mortal per player. So in this case, 3 mortals. We'll just move these off to the side here, or so I had more space. And so what's going to happen is everyone is going to simultaneously choose one card from their hand and put it face down in front of them. Maybe I do this one and these guys do these ones. And then we simultaneously reveal and I guess put it in order of player count here. And whoever has the highest one, in this case the vampire, which is the red one, gets to collect this first scene. This one has a lightning symbol on it, which means they get to do this first, which means they get 2 energy, and other players must discard a random creature. So they're going to get 2 energy. They get to collect the scene card. And myself, and that was them, right? Yeah, they can take this back. I have to discard a random creature. Oh, good, I got rid of the vampire. And this guy gets rid of one as well. They get rid of the swamp creature. So whoever played the highest card also gets to select one of these first. They're going to take the damsel. It's worth 6 points. And it gives them 2 symbols for set collection purposes. And then they also would do the effect on here, actually. This one says they cancel the ability of the creature to your left, which means they're canceling my ability, which would be to capture 2 mortals. Damn it. Doesn't matter, because I'd be the last one to select anyways, and there would only be 1 left, so it was a moot point. So I would take this back. Well, actually, they go first. It says here they can draw a mortal and capture it face down instead. They decide take this one instead, and it lets them go up on a class meter. So they are the purple, so they're going to go up to the top. You always go up to the top or down to the bottom. And unfortunately, I'm left with this -4. That's unfortunate. I will discard these creatures that we were used. Unfortunately, myself and my friend over here each had to discard an additional one. So then we are ready to go to the next round, or the next turn here. We'll reveal some more mortals. We select the card face down. Maybe I do this one. And we'll do 1 each. We all reveal simultaneously. And, okay, this is interesting. So, I win with the werewolf. It says I get to give the mortal that I capture to any player. Now, I do get to collect this scene card, which is going to give me 1 point for each of these at the end of the game, so I might want to start collecting these ones. Fortunately, there's none right now. So, I'll take this back, and I will give this to this player over here. They get that one. Now, the symbol is that they have to get rid of an energy, so they'll do that, unfortunately. Fortunately, actually, that was my energy. Fortunately, they already have free energy. So, and then we look at this tiebreaker here. So we have a tie here. They both played mummies. So we're going to look at the classometer. The highest one is the purple, so they get to go first. And they're going to select this one because it's not negative points. And they have this here, which lets them go up on the classometer and gives them 2 energy. They're already at the top of the classometer, so they can't go up. They'll just get the 2 energy. And this one, same thing. They get to move up to the top. And they will collect energy. Unfortunately, they have to get rid of an energy due to this card they collected. So then we go on to the next round. The next turn here. You have 1, 2, 3. I just continue doing this until you go through all 4 of these scenes. And that is the end of the first round. You're going to play 3 rounds. Each round is going to have 4 scenes. And you're going to be drafting these mortals for set collection purposes. Now, I should point out the different mortals. I saw a good listing here. The symbols are pretty straightforward. You got negative points and positive points. This lets you draw a mortal face down. So you get 2 cards if you collect this one. And this one, I should point out, has 2 symbols. That means it counts as 2 basically. And it's worth 6 points. And of course, this symbol lets you move up on a classometer. Some will say you have to move down to the bottom. So basically, the way to know about it with the creatures, the classics, which is these ones that have this kind of a dagger thing on them, and the townsfolk, that's these blue ones, earn you positive or negative points. These ones are positive, the blue ones are negative. The assistants, which is these gray ones. The engineers, which is the purple ones, which this guy has right here. And the teenagers, which are the sneaker ones, sneaker symbols, earn points based on this scoring tile. Scene cards earn you points based on whatever it says. Let's say they collect that and I collect that. Now, if there is a tie at the end of the game to determine who wins based on points, you look at the classometer and see who's on top, and they would win, or whoever is highest. Now, you do get a score pad to keep track of the score as well, which is nice. Double-sided and all. And the way scoring works is, well, scoring is going to be based on a couple of things. A, the scenes. For instance, this one gives me 1 point per those symbols, and this one gives me 3 points per these symbols. So even though these are negative points, I just gained 3 points from that one, so it's not bad. As far as these other ones, these are all minus points. Like this one's -4, this one's -1. These ones are all positives. Like this one is +6. And then these other ones are going to score based on what it says here. For this side, it's 1 point for each of these assistants. And if you have the most, you get 7. If you have the least, you lose 3 points. So if you have none, you're going to lose 3 points. And 10 points per pair of these purple guys. So this guy already gets 10 points, even though he lost 2 energy. And then the sneakers, it's going to be points based on how many you have. So if you have 5, you get 15 points. If you have 3, you get 6 points. The other side is a little bit different. So it'd be 12 points per every 3 of the engineers, or assistants, sorry. you would get points based on a certain amount of these symbols. That's for the engineers. And then the teenagers, it'd be 3 points per teenager. 5 if you have the most, -2 if you have the least. They do recommend using A side for the first game. It's a pretty cool game. It's a little bit, tiny bit different than the original. I think the monster abilities the creature abilities might be slightly different. There's definitely differences because you do have the energy, which is new, and these as well, which are new. Those were not in the original game. You did have mortals, and you did have like scenes and everything, but I don't recall if the scenes in the original game had any scoring abilities. I really don't recall. It's pretty cool, especially for Halloween time. It's good quality components, nice cards and everything, nice tokens. I like it. So that is Campy Creatures, Volume 1, third edition of the game. And we'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I covered everything to your satisfaction. See you.